Okay, just to run through on our simple scan feature. So I've sent an invoice to be scanned into my inbox here. I forwarded it onto my email address that's listed up above. Forwarding one document generally takes about 30 seconds to a minute to scan. Depends on how many invoices you've sent in, but generally about a minute to scan. You'll see the status, it was updated to succeeded, and the scan type is simple. We have two scan types, it'll either be simple or a full scan. So we can have a look at this document. Okay, so page is loaded and it's highlighting all the text that we've extracted. It'll give us a list of if there's a two-pager, we can absolutely have a look at the second page if that was sent in. Over on the right hand side is our panel of the key values that we've extracted. So in this case, it's found the supplier, it's found the purchase order. It will list the purchase order's particulars here, and we can click on the link for the purchase order to open that in a new tab, just to see what's going on. Back to the main tab, I can just close that down, click on that again. In the case it doesn't get the purchase order correct, we can absolutely just come here and we can click on the purchase order number and just drag the purchase order number into the field. Okay, and that would be the same for a supplier. So in the case it doesn't find the supplier, we can just come and search for that supplier, or if we don't have a supplier, we can click on new supplier. We can see the supplier's name is highlighted here. It'll be highlighted in two ways, a line or a word. If it was a word, it'll just highlight the individual words. In this case, it's a line. So I just click on the line, drag that across the new supplier name, and I would click on create. I don't need to do that. I have that supplier already, so I'll just pop his name back in there. In the case of not getting the PO number, we would just again drag that field across. Okay, I can just pop that off there. Okay, date. So this is highlighted as a line. In the case it was wrong, I'll just click on word here, highlight the text, drag it across. There we go, date is looked after. Invoice date, it looks like it's got that correct anyway. So it'll take the three totals from the bottom of the invoice. So the total less tax, the tax, and the total including tax. It will check those values and see, does this, the total less tax, the tax, does it add up to be the total including tax? So in the case of it getting that wrong, we'll get a different banner at the bottom saying that they don't equal, and there's a problem here. But we can easily correct that. Just drag that back up, pop it in there, and now we know that that's correct. Okay, moving on down to the tax line items. So for every tax rate, there is a line item. Okay, so we just want to create one line item for this that is at, in this case, 23%. So this is your supplier default rate, so I must have this set at 21%. So I'm just going to change that here to 23. And now you'll see it's corrected all the balances and it's telling me that all the balances add up. And if there was a difference in the tax rates, it would show here, and we can actually create a different tax rate by selecting this here, and we can select the different tax rates for that particular line item as we wish. Okay, so once all these balances are correct, we can then convert that to an invoice. It'll create as we expect, and it will create a single line item with a summary of the tax line items for us. Hope you find that useful. We do have more help center articles on the tax line items and Simple Scan itself if you need further help.